What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. We're back. Still confused. The Sharks are playing the Lightning. They got absolutely gator curb stomped 7-1 last time they played them. But the Sharks seem to have a little something cooking. We don't know what it is. It could be haggis or it could be a delicious curry. We don't know.
Or a moral victory. A delicious moral victory.
The moral victory would be the haggis. Nobody wants that.
Okay.
But
you're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius, back with, as always, his co-host, JD, the full English breakfast to my blood pudding. I don't know. I thought there was going to be another breakfast situation. No, the full English breakfast to my corned beef hash. It's breakfast.
I love corned beef hash. That is my go-to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of huevos rancheros. And also full English is good. Also, I guess it's haggis, not haggis. So if you have any Scottish listeners, actually just let us know because that'd be interesting. You don't show up. UK, I don't think really represents on the charts.
I'll dig into that. Yes.
It's just America, Canada, Sweden, and Australia seem to be the big four. And every once in a while, Japan downloads like 1,000 episodes for some reason. Who knows what's going on there? What do you think their breakfast meals are like?
Efficient.
Fair. The Sharks, we are recording this Sunday night because we both have lives.
Well,
JD has children. JD has children, and I'm going snowboarding. So we don't know about the Monday or Tuesday reports about who's kind of in and out. I imagine guys like Ferraro will be day to day anyway, so we might not know until closer to game time.
Ferrara's he's done till the break. So yeah.
R.I.P.
Ferraro. You died doing what you did love, blocking shots,
eating pucks.
Yes. So yeah, I assume the defense core is probably going to be about the same as we saw.
They don't have anybody left.
They have nobody left. Well, there's a chance Middleton could be back, but if I was them, I would probably just let him get that extra week and a half.
Exactly.
Especially coming off a concussion.
Yeah. So that means you're rocking your. Who's Burns' partner now?
Megna started it, and I think Vlasic jumped up there. It's just a mismatch of they're all Burns' partners because he doesn't leave the
rest. So Megna, Burns, Vlasic, Merkley, Shimmick, Milosh. What a mess.
Whenever Merkley tries to go on the ice, remember there's that really funny of Brock Osweiler getting ready to get his helmet when he was the backup to Peyton Manning, and then Manning trots back, and he that's just Merkley every time he tries to get on the ice, and Burns is like, I'm gonna take another shift right now.
Yeah, hold on, guys. I think I got this. I think I can do another minute shift here.
Yeah.
Oh God, the forward lines. Who knows? Because the Lord got sat down, as did
Gadovich got sat, and the Lord got sat for Peterson and Veal. So
yeah, so I don't really know. Lane Peterson once again didn't do anything. Don't know what they're seeing there. Just me. I'm not too concerned about there. And then the top lines, they really got nothing left. So they're just going to shuffle the deck chairs if they do anything. So nothing there. But the Lightning, the good old Lightning, they line up like this. Andre with a J at the end, which is sick. Andre Palat, Braden Point, Anthony Cirelli. It's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
Alex Killorn, Steven Stamkos, Matthew Joseph, also pretty good.
Yep.
Patrick Maroon, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Corey Perry. Actually, don't really think that's that great. And then Boris Kachuk, which is just a great name. Ross Colton and Taylor Radish.
Is Boris the forgotten Kachuk brother?
I wish. It's spelled completely differently, but
they don't talk about him.
Close enough. Yeah, they named him Boris.
Yep.
Boris is just a strong Eastern European name. Not too many North American. Boris, Borai. But that Eastern European.
Yeah.
We need more Boris license plates. My son is also named Boris. Oh, we should make a meme for Tuesday that if Boris scores, it says my son is also named Boris.
Will do.
Oh man, Ross Colton and Taylor Radish, who probably just wants to crawl into a hole and die. All right, throw him in the hole. Defense: Victor Hedman, who's like the best defenseman in the league. Jan Ruda is his partner. Also a good name. A lot of good names on this team. And then Ryan McDonough, Mikhail Sergachev, Freddie Clayson, Sharks legend,
Yes.
is paired with Cal Foote. Their goalies are Andrei Vasilevsky and Brian Elliott. Out right now. Nikita Kucherov has COVID, so maybe back. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of Lightning beat reporters, and I apparently am not very good at my job to go research before this. And Zach Bogosian's out. Who cares? And Eric Cernak, who's actually pretty decent, is also out. So just a couple key guys out, and by key I mean literally the reigning Conn Smythe winner, Nikita Kucherov. So hopefully he's not back, because he'll slot in probably either like where Matthew Joseph is, or he'll go Sorelli, and Sorelli will go down to that second line. But he'll obviously slot in the top 6. So the Lightning, very good.
Yes, can confirm.
That lineup is very scary.
Yeah, it's funny because like with as skilled as they are, they're still like the power play is only like 15th in the league at 20%.
They also don't take any shots. They're 22nd in shots on goal. They only take 30 a game.
So it could be like they've also won the cup the last 2 years, and the regular season means nothing for them. They're just trying to get to the playoffs intact. So that could also be why they're not kind of mentioned with the Panthers type of teams, where they're kind of just at like a little bit of a tier below, because again, for them, regular season doesn't matter. It's all about getting to the playoffs and trying.
Funny you should say that, because they're 4th in the league in points.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, just casually not even having to try that hard and get to 4th.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you have like literally the best players in the world, it kind of helps. So, yes.
Yeah, it's very convenient to have Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, Steven Stamkos, Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman's gonna win the Norris probably. Like he's just.
I think Cale Makar's got it wrapped up.
Wrapped up? What do you mean?
Wrapped up. He's already at like the amount of points he's putting up right now. I think Cale Makar's got it. So, yes. If there's a place you wanted to bet on the Norris, Kyle, where could you bet on? After you look up Cale Makar's points totals,
I'm gonna look up this first.
He scored like a ton of goals already.
Adam Fox is still leading defenseman in points at 47.
Yeah.
Victor Hedman has 45. Cale Makar has 44. So
how many goals does he have?
He has 18.
Yeah.
he's also played 6 less games.
Yeah. I think it's Cale Makar's to lose. So.
Yeah, but people love Victor Hedman. So
they do love Victor Hedman, but I think Cale Makar, a lot of people thought Cale Makar would have won it last year. So that's why I think he gets the nod this year. And if I wanted to bet on Cale Makar winning the Norris, I would head over to
Bet Online, because gambling is fun. Unless you bet on the Niners, then it's not fun. I literally should have lit money on fire instead of assuming Jimmy G would take me to the promised land. But there's only one more football game left in the season, which is the Super Bowl. The Superb Owl.
Could you please put some respect on the Pro Bowl's name?
Oh, you could probably bet on the Pro Bowl. Maybe. I don't know. You have to go to betonline.ag to check it out. They might have Pro Bowl props. But if you do want to bet on the Super Bowl, it's where to go. But even though football is winding down, there's tons of other stuff to bet on. Still hockey, still basketball, a ton of totals, player performance props. Where the next coach is being fired. It's always a good one. Who's hiring? Who's firing? Oh, you can bet on all sorts of different stuff. You got to go check it out, because BetOnline is the number one spot for all things NFL betting in 2022. And the new year means that they have a new updated desktop and mobile website. So sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code LOCKEDON down here to get started. And like I said, not just football. UFC, Francis Ngannou just won. You could have made a bunch of money there. Boxing, hockey, basketball. The Royal Rumble was last night. You can always bet on wrestling, even though it's fake. You can still do it. It's awesome. Maybe you're into some weird exotic sports like cricket or footy, rugby. Check it out. See if they have it. They also have your favorite Vegas casino game, because BetOnline is your number one online wagering destination. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Yeah.
Do you think the Lightning just absolutely curb stomp the Sharks again, or do you think that the Sharks are in a different headspace now?
I think the Sharks are in a little bit of a different headspace, especially this is the last game before the break, right? And it's they lost both the games, but I still think there's a little bit of that moral victory too for them, where they went toe to toe with some of the best teams in the league, and even though they didn't win, I thought they played better. And I think also when you lose 7-1, it's a team you probably have a little bit of like, we can't lose 7-1 to them again. So I think they come out and play better, and so I think the key for them is trying to get that power play, continue to get that power play, like we talked about yesterday, where it's looked better. They didn't score against the Canes, who have the best power penalty kill in the league. But if you can, like the Lightning, I think their penalty kill is 14th in the league. So like, if you can maybe get a goal there, and then James Reimer continues to stand on his head, I think you have a chance to at least make a game out of this. So
I'm torn because they're the fourth best team in the league by points, and
yes,
they're probably
they don't have to try. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm torn. Like we just said, like Washington should kill them, and Washington less so, but Florida and Carolina should kill them. They're the two best teams in the league, and then they didn't. Well, I think Florida did, but listen to yesterday's episode if you want to hear JD and I disagree on what getting killed means. They didn't get destroyed by them. So like I'm a little, well, are they coming back to maybe make a little push here against some good teams, or is it just happen to be the weekend where they caught teams on a bad night or whatever? So like
James
I
Reimer
don't
just was playing out of his mind.
Yeah, and like James Reimer played out of his mind against Florida, and he still only put up a 900 save percentage. So like, granted, it was 50 shots, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I'm so torn. I'm of two minds here. Like, is this okay? Here's a better way to look at it. Is this the watershed moment in the Sharks season where if they can play well against the Lightning here heading into the break, they have something building and they make a playoff push, or do they fall off a cliff if they get destroyed? Like, is this the moment that we've been coming to, game 47 or whatever?
I don't think so yet, because they're they're back, like kind of backloaded with so many Pacific games, in the back half of their schedule, especially like coming out of the break, where it's like they're playing the Oilers and the Ducks and Vegas, like, so those points kind of matter more than like if you lose 2 points to the Lightning, right? Where it's like, because all those games are basically like 4-point games where you can really make up ground or lose ground. So I think though, for them, if they come out and, if they somehow win, they're going to feel really great about this road trip, right? Where it's like you got 5 points out of a possible 8 against 4 of the best, 4 or 5 of the best teams in the league. So, and where we thought if they came out with 2 points, they're going to feel, be lucky. So, I don't think it's a watershed moment, but I think it could do a lot for them, especially, then they go into the break. You assume Middleton will be back. You assume Mario will be back. Bolster's has been kind of banged up. Some of these guys who've been kind of dealing with injuries, you'll be kind of more, Hill should be back, and you should be healthy kind of going into this stretch run before the trade deadline, where you really have to decide what type of team you are. So,
yeah, it's tough.
This team is just constant. Every time we're like, no, they're done, they surprise us, and every time they should do well here. Then they
I just want the good vibe Sharks back, because it didn't matter if they won or they lost. They were so fun. This feels more like a grind. It feels more like a test.
That's their style. They're just gonna grind,
but they're not grinding. There was no grinding against Florida. There was smooth.
Plenty. They made up for the grinding against the Canes. There was so much grinding against the Canes. Kodak Black almost showed up. That's how much grinding there was against the Canes. I made a Kodak.
If you would like to apply to be host of Locked On Sharks, we have one opening. You also must be able to produce. So, I just don't know.
It's so frustrating.
It's
Again, we don't know what to do with this
I just
team.
like this is the thing is I just don't think they're that good. But then they're like, oh, we're resilient. But I'm like, you resilient your way into a freaking loss twice. So like,
They got a point.
woohoo! Awesome, you got a point. But like, I guess to me, resiliency and battling back is like beating one of the two teams straight up and being like, look it. But like, I don't know because like they played well against Carolina and they got a point against Florida and they beat Washington. So like, are they? But like every time I'm like, ooh, the Sharks, maybe a little something. They just go out and get smoked by like Arizona or something. So like, do you not remember that they only beat Arizona like 8-7 or something like that?
That was an insane game. Yes,
that shouldn't happen for a team going to the playoffs. So like, I'm just so torn on to be like, yes, let me throw my hat into the ring for the Sharks are going to make this playoff push, and that's what they should do. Or
you're
if I
so
should be
afraid
like,
to get hurt, Kyle. You're afraid to get hurt, aren't you?
I have been hurt. No, I've been hurt so many times.
By this team, this dumb team has hurt us so many times.
I just don't like being wrong, and people on the internet are just like, "Wow, you're an idiot. Why are you so down all the time?" I'm like, well, like I mean,
what are you supposed to do with this hot mess of a team? That's our question.
Yeah.
It's because like
every time I hate to say it, but like Shane Wright and Brad Lambert move franchises in a proper direction. Callie Odelius probably doesn't, but you're stuck with Callie Odelius if you try to make the playoffs and aren't very good. Like, I just don't know. And the Lightning are. Let me say something. I'm going to look at the Lightning schedule.
So yeah, it's that's the thing is because it's like every time we start to believe in this team, they disappoint us, and every time that we're like, hey, this team is done, then they come back and surprise us. And that's they're just that hot mess girlfriend that you've had where they're super fun to hang out with at times, but then then they're just a hot mess and you have to deal with their shit all the time. So yeah, sorry. What do you got for the Lightning?
Well, the last 8 games, so the last 2 weeks basically. Shootout lost to going backwards. Shootout lost to Golden Knights. Beat the Devils 3-2, beat the Sharks 7-1, lost to the Ducks 5-1, beat the Kings 6-4, beat the Stars 3-1, beat the Canucks 4-2, beat the Sabres 6-1. So,
they beat the bad teams really, I mean, it's not like I don't think the Lightning have been juggernauts this year or anything like that, but
no, they lost to the Panthers 9-3 on December 30th.
Yeah. And the Sharks almost beat the Panthers, so
ergo, the Sharks are the Cup favorites. Okay,
yes.
Thank you for listening to Locked On Sharks. Please send your money to our Venmo, which is Hurdle Titty 69.
Chunky Lover 69. That's my favorite. Homer email was Chunky Lover 69. But Kyle, Raleigh to Tampa. It's not too far of a drive.
No, just down the coast.
Just down the
through
coast.
North Carolina, South Carolina, same thing.
Yep.
Then you're into Georgia.
Go through Atlanta there.
Yep, hot Atlanta. Maybe you stop off in Savannah.
And then, that's really far off the way.
Maybe you stop off. Hey man, just a couple hours detour. Savannah's apparently nice. They have those old
Savannah
cars.
Is nice. Someone who's been to Savannah's really fun. So
yeah, and then you hit up Jacksonville, and then cut across the old Florida Wang, and you're in Tampa. Not that far.
Not that far. But, sometimes your car is just not what it needs to be. Maybe you need some parts for your car. That's where old friends of ours, rockauto.com comes in.
.com?
Oh, Jesus. So rockauto.com can save you time and money when using rockauto.com because why spend up to 30, 50, even 100% more for the same parts from a chain store or car dealership? Example, Honda Odyssey fuel pump is $253 from a chain store, $216 from rockauto.com. Rock Auto is a family business serving do-it-yourselfers for over 20 years. Rock Auto prices are reliably low for every customer, so they have everything you need. Brake parts, tail lamps, motor oil, even new carpets. So go check them out. Go explore their easy-to-use website today and find the solution you need to your auto part needs. Go to rockauto.com right now. Right meow. See all the parts you need available for your car or truck. Right, locked on in their How Did You Hear About Us box. That way they know we sent you. Amazing selection. Reliable low prices. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. All right. Predictions. Last game. of the.
I've been wrong like
every time we
2
pick,
straight
we're
weeks.
wrong. We're so bad at this. That's what you should do. Whatever we pick, just go the opposite because we're really bad at this recently. So,
I think the Lightning beat them 4-1. Why do I always pick 1? 4-2. Sharks are going to score 2 goals.
I'll go overtime 4-3 Lightning. So
who are your troika of goal scorers?
Give me Dahlin to keep it going. Give me a Barabanov one. And then give me a Burns one. So
my 2 goal scorers are going to be Merkley and Meyer.
Just to make you happy.
I need to be happy some way.
Yes.
Getting yelled at on the internet by nerds.
Yeah, so this last game for the Sharks for a while, and so we're going to start our draft profiles.
By a while, we mean literally a while. I think
they don't play again until Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day against our old friend Evander Kane visiting on Valentine's Day. It's going to be old friend. So friend who's friend quotations. So that one's gonna be a fun preview, I think. So
they're gonna the fourth line is gonna be Veal, Raska.
They're re-signing Raffi Torres.
Weatherby.
Raffi Torres is coming out.
I think actually, I would honestly not be shocked if the fourth line was Veal, Raska, and then Gadjevich or Weatherby, and then the other person slots into the third line. Would not be shocked if that happens. That may be a little overkill, but that fourth line is those 4 guys. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope Hurdle fights him. How great?
No, because he's just gonna get hurt. Because that's how this dumb shit asshole works. Is that he'll accept a fight and Hurdle will hit him or something like that, and he'll be fine and getting his 47th chance.
Beats him down. How great would that?
That'd be sick. But like
he goes full Ralphie from Christmas Story, where he's just like just beating the crap out of him. Anyway,
he goes full Homer on the Estonian dwarf. Oh man, he's stealing all the burgers.
Stop.
The most underrated part of that whole scene is like stop, he's already dead or whatever. It's when Homer's like, oh, he's stealing all the burgers. He's like pulling on the big burger. Like he's clearly not. Oh my god. That's such an amazing scene. He's beating his head against like this rock. The Simpsons kills a lot of people randomly that you just don't know. So you know the episode where they go to the civil rights reenactment and they're too poor, so they steal gas and stuff like that. They're driving away, and I think it's Uter that can't catch up. And as they're driving away, the reenactors get up to him and they all hold their guns above their head and start clubbing him, but they cuts away. Like the Simpsons, like also when Homer's the big fat guy and he steals the ice cream truck and he goes around the side of the power plant. And he goes over. There's a dude looking at the sign that's clearly under the truck. I need an account. I need somebody to make a Twitter account that's called Random Simpson Deaths, where they just like background characters just die. That's what I need in my life. If I was better at things or had more time, I would do that. But anyway, what were we talking about?
So tomorrow we're going to do kind of a mid-season, even though they're past the mid-season report. So we're going to do kind of mid-season, talk about some winners and losers this season, all that fun stuff. And then, draft profiles. We have, I think, 4 draft profiles lined up for the next week and a half. So, good stuff.
We have like 12 overall. It's already scheduled, but it's just like we got to start. We'll start pumping them out if you're into that kind of thing. So,
good times. Good times at Locked On Sharks. So.
It'd be better. I would like to. It's sad that I won't be able to cover a good Sharks team. I just wanted to be an asshole on the podcast when they win in the playoffs. That's all I wanted. Maybe I should just be fully on board with them going to the playoffs so I can cover like a playoff win or something like that. That would be.
Yep. They lose 4-1 and you're just like, just obnoxious.
Yeah, exactly. I just remember the magical 2019 run when we worked at Fear the Fin. Good times.
It's so great.
Good times. Just chirping like the official accounts and stuff like that. Oh, it's good times. Anyway, if you'd like to follow this account, Locked On Sharks, you can do that. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We interact on all of them. JD puts up all our work all over the place. You can always get a hold of us. We're always available for you, our listeners,
the people.
Because without you, it wouldn't be possible. I don't know why I did a me voice, but I need to get off this. Okay. Email lockedonsharks@gmail.com. YouTube, Locked On Sharks. What's the other one? Oh, you can listen to us Spotify, Amazon, Records, tin cans with string. I don't know, whatever. Just get it done. JD, the engine of the podcast. No, that's too lame. Anyway, he's at my fry hole.
Kyle, the beauty of the podcast at
The
College
gas.
Makers. The gigantic ass of the podcast at
I
College
said
Makers.
gas, asshole.
I'm sticking with my original statement. Thank you guys for making us your first listen. Go check out Locked On Bets if you want to make some money. Go check out the Locked On Nows if you want to learn, kind of get a quick snap of what happened in the NHL the night before. Or go check out any of the other amazing podcasts like Locked On Lightning or
Locked On Mariners.
Poor baseball.
I don't know what's going on with the Mariners. I'm sure they're selling everybody.
Bye, friends.
Ciao.